The Mouse Who Built a Rainbow Bridge. Once upon a time, in the heart of a bright green meadow, where wildflowers danced in the breeze and the sun cast golden beams through the tall grass, there lived a little grey mouse named Milo. Milo was smaller than most mice in his village, but his eyes sparkled with curiosity and his heart was brimming with dreams. Every day, Milo would scamper along the winding paths, his nose twitching at the scent of honeysuckle and his tiny paws padding softly on the mossy ground. Milo's home was a cozy burrow beneath an ancient willow tree, whose drooping branches formed a leafy curtain around his front door. The village of Willowbrook was a bustling place where mice chattered, played, and shared stories beneath the starlit sky. But there was something that troubled Milo and the other mice. A bubbling brook, wide and swift, cut through the middle of their meadow. On the far side of the brook, Milo could see a magical land filled with dazzling flowers, sparkling berries, and trees heavy with juicy fruits. The mice called it Rainbow Meadow, for sometimes after a rain, shimmering rainbows arched across its skies. But the brook was too wide for any mouse to jump across, and the water rushed too fast for anyone to swim. The mice could only gaze longingly at Rainbow Meadow from the safety of their side, dreaming of what wonders might await them there. One evening, as the sun dipped low and the first stars blinked awake, Milo sat at the edge of the brook, his tail curled neatly around his paws. He watched as the moonlight glimmered on the water and listened to the gentle gurgle of the current. A gentle breeze rustled the grass, and Milo sighed. "If only there was a way to cross," he whispered to himself. "If only there was a bridge." That night, Milo lay in his bed, thinking and dreaming. He imagined a bridge shimmering with every color of the rainbow, arching gracefully over the bubbling brook. He saw himself and his friends scampering across, their laughter echoing in the air as they explored the wonders on the other side. When the first light of dawn crept through his window, Milo felt a spark of determination. "I can build a bridge," he declared. "Even if I am small, I can do something big." Milo scurried through the village, sharing his idea with the other mice. Some of them giggled at the thought. A tiny mouse building a bridge. Others shook their heads in doubt, but a few, inspired by Milo's courage, offered to help. Milo gathered his friends. Pip, a clever mouse with a knack for solving puzzles. Tilly, who was strong and brave. And Finn, whose long tail was perfect for tying knots. Together they set out to plan their bridge. First, they needed to find something that could stretch across the wide brook. Pip suggested searching the meadow for sturdy sticks. Tilly thought they could weave grass and reeds into ropes. Finn had once seen a spider spinning its web and wondered if they could learn to weave too. The little team spent days gathering materials. They collected twigs, willow branches, and colourful wildflowers. They braided long strands of grass, twisting them tightly together. They watched the spiders and learned how to weave strong, flexible mats from soft moss and reeds. As they worked, Milo remembered his dream of a rainbow bridge. He wanted their bridge to be strong and beautiful, something that would fill every mouse's heart with wonder. So, he asked his friends to gather petals from every corner of the meadow. Red poppies, orange marigolds, yellow buttercups, green ferns, bluebells, indigo violets, and purple clover. Each night, by the light of the moon, the little mice wove the colourful petals into their bridge. The petals shimmered in the pale light, creating a dazzling tapestry of colours that sparkled like a real rainbow. Milo's heart soared with joy, for every knot they tied and every petal they wove brought his dream closer to life. But building the bridge was not easy. Sometimes the wind blew their petals away. Other times the brook swelled after a rain, and their work was swept downstream. Still, Milo and his friends never gave up. They encouraged each other, sharing smiles and laughter, and always remembered why they had started: to bring their village together and to discover the wonders of Rainbow Meadow. One morning, as the sun rose in a sky painted with rosy hues, the mice stood at the edge of the brook, gazing at their nearly finished bridge. The rainbow colours glowed in the sunlight, and the bridge arched gracefully over the water. "We did it!" cheered Tilly, her whiskers quivering with excitement. "Let's be the first to cross!" piped Pip. But Milo hesitated. He looked at the swirling water below and remembered all the times their work had washed away. What if the bridge wasn't strong enough? What if they fell? Sensing his worry, Finn wrapped his tail gently around Milo's. "We built this together, Milo. We believe in you and in our bridge." Milo took a deep breath, his heart beating fast. He stepped onto the bridge. It wobbled a little but held firm. Step by careful step, Milo and his friends crossed the rainbow bridge, their paws padding softly on the woven petals. When they reached the other side, the mice gasped in delight. Rainbow Meadow was even more magical up close. The air was sweet with the scent of honeysuckle and clover. Berries glistened like jewels on the bushes, and butterflies flitted from flower to flower, their wings sparkling with dew. The mice ran and played, tasting the juiciest berries they had ever known, and exploring hidden nooks beneath giant mushrooms. They found a sparkling pond where dragonflies danced, and a shady grove where fireflies blinked like tiny lanterns. But the best treasure of all was the feeling in their hearts, a sense of wonder and pride at what they had accomplished together. That evening, as the sun set and the sky blazed with colors, Milo and his friends returned to the bridge. They watched as the village mice gathered on the far bank, their eyes wide with awe. "Come across," called Milo, his voice ringing with joy. "The rainbow bridge is for everyone." One by one, the mice of Willowbrook crossed the shining bridge, laughter and cheers filling the air. The village mice explored Rainbow Meadow, discovering its beauty and sharing stories late into the night. From that day on, the rainbow bridge became a symbol of hope and togetherness. Every time a rainbow arched across the sky, the mice remembered Milo's dream and the magic they had created by working together. Milo's heart was full, for he had discovered that even the smallest mouse could build something big and beautiful, especially when friends and dreams were woven together. As the stars twinkled above and the gentle music of the brook drifted through the meadow, the mice of Willowbrook and Rainbow Meadow knew that with courage and kindness, any dream could come true. And so, under the ancient willow tree, with the rainbow bridge shining in the moonlight, Milo closed his eyes and drifted off to sleep, dreaming of new adventures yet to come.